This is, let me try to make this as plain as I can make this. The ministry that you guys have seen me do over the years, and my friends and all, obviously, certain areas of cities are known like white gangs or Mexican gangs or whatever. And my friends over the years that were in these different types, and I refer to them as groups, okay? Because I say groups, but when you hear me over the years say, that's what I'm talking about, gangs. A lot of communities have problems with gangs and so forth. And I guess maybe about a year ago, there was a top story, and I was upset only because it basically said they busted all of these people that were known to be affiliated with the Aryan Brotherhood, the AB. Okay. Maybe 2 or 3 of the names were people out of the list of 12 or whatever it was. I knew like some of the nicknames. And the thing I said at the time when I made those videos was, I noticed the Mexican gangs, which were just as involved or maybe even more in a lot of what those busts were about, there was no busts on them. Now, because I have so many friends for so many years, the way it sometimes works is if things get real bad, like in Corpus Christi, groups come down from San Antonio and things of that nature. And I thought, I wonder why the Mexican drug gangs, some that in some of those articles I reported, Mark Gonzalez was or is a member of. In some of those articles, I read them. This should make everybody that would ever think of coming to this community realize maybe John wasn't crazy when he always says affiliations in the corruptions and in the courts and really at that time, because pretty much word was, how come the Mexican gangs pretty much get to run loose? And then they overdid a thing about white gangs. Now, I'm for no gangs. And not like the district attorney of, if I get stopped and it's not going to say I'm affiliated with a gang. The group that I try to get my friends in is the Christian group that this tattoo represents, Corpus Christi Outreach Ministries. That we don't involve in any criminal activity. Not like the ones that Mr. Gonzalez, according to those articles, might still be in. And each article said, and some were a little different, whether he's being upfront about when he got stopped coming from Mexico. Just about every article, like that's a big thing they put in all those articles. He said, if you run my name in the database, I'm going to come up as a gang member, and I'm the Nueces County DA. Do what you want with that. That could pretty much be telling them, I'm in a gang, but I'm connected. So you could take it different ways, that statement that was in various articles. Those of you that see this video, I'm just reposting those. Most of those articles are on Facebook. Okay, I'm not posting each article to Blogger. What I'm doing is just making these videos after I had read those articles. But I'll tell you, because of my friends, the Christian affiliations I have, it's known on the street that if you're in a Mexican biker gang, you have immunity. You see now? You see, John, but your son-in-law that you spoke on is Mexican. Correct. Correct. The question I had is whether there was, now he wanted to show himself. I can be tough on Mexicans. That's ridiculous. 60 years in prison for theft. 60 years. That's ridiculous. I would question whether or not, because of those affiliations that were known that the DA has, whether or not, because you certainly went all out and made it known that you're going to crack down on a particular gang that's known to be of the white race, if you will. Nothing with the various, and there's more than one that are, this thing is a debacle. This thing is a debacle. You should have, if you wanted to be progressive, and say, look, I'm an up-and-coming, I'm going to be honest, a new reformer, progressive, and all this. Those associations are not progressive, sir. Those associations that you kind of relish in. You don't have to get rid of your tattoos. I would. You shouldn't have even let him take pictures like that. Simply because a lot of the people in that lifestyle, to them, it's a bravado, and it's a macho image, and at times they've done things, killings and all, because, you know, of that nature. You simply have not disassociated yourself at all in any of those articles I read.